Showers and storms finally pushing out of the area. Now comes a shot of cold. We'll show you how low we go in a moment.
Donald Trump paying a visit to Kentucky ahead of Saturday's caucus. Hear what he had to say to hundreds of supporters.
What does the future of Lexington's old courthouse hold? The city council discussed that this afternoon.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
We have storms and showers moving across the area this afternoon.
While the strong ones have passed, the rain will continue throughout the night, and those temperatures will be crashing. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking the system for us. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, guys, finally getting these storms on out of the way, and that temperature crash is underway from northwest to southeast. We look at our live sky cam here in Lexington. It's a rainy afternoon. Started out on such a beautiful note. Had sunshine, blue skies, temperatures at one point this afternoon making a run at 70. Let's see where we are now. 54 degrees. Winds are gusting close to 30 miles an hour, and it is raining. The number you see here at 54 will drop very, very quickly over the next few hours. We'll be in the low 30s by the time the evening ends. Defender Radar Network, 3 bands of gusty showers and 1 little band of thunderstorms kind of leading the charge here. Parts of US 23 corridors, southeastern Kentucky, Whitesburg down into parts of Harlan County where we've had some power hits over the past 15-20 minutes or so. A little more light rain, Russell Springs, the Lake Cumberland area, and just general gusty, yucky showers into parts of central Kentucky as of right now. Temperatures, they just keep on dropping as we head into the overnight. A few snowflakes possible. Active weather pattern continues, and we'll break that down with a 7-day forecast for the first full week of March in a moment.
Chris, thank you. The strong storms didn't get out of the area without causing some damage.
Winds blew the roof off a mobile home on Whitaker McKnight Road. That's off of Sasser School Road in Laurel County. At least one person was injured. Our Phil Pendleton is live now by phone with more on the damage. Phil?
That's right, Sam. We are told that that woman that was injured is actually an emergency medical technician or a paramedic or works for the local ambulance squad. She and her boyfriend apparently were inside the tornado, or when something went through. They're not exactly sure. I do have people telling me that they did see something that appears to be what they think may have been a funnel cloud, but of course that is still yet to be seen. They don't really know exactly what it was that went through here, whether it was that or straight line winds, but they are saying that it came through here, did some damage to a few structures near the home, and then blew the roof off this mobile home and injured that woman inside. We're told she has a leg injury. She was taken to a local hospital, and that she's expected to be okay, mainly taken there for just some minor leg injuries. People here say that this happened just a little more than an hour ago, and a lot of cleaning up to do, needless to say. We're going to be here, and we'll have a lot more for you later on, but for now, in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. They started lining up early this morning. Late this afternoon, just after 4 o'clock, hundreds of Donald Trump supporters had a chance to hear him speak here in Kentucky.
Trump's campaign rally at the Kentucky International Convention Center in Louisville just wrapped up a short time ago. WKYT's Sean Moody begins our campaign 2016 team coverage live now with more on his speech.
Donald Trump's speech finished just about 15 minutes ago. You can still see there are a lot of supporters still standing by here. I hope you can hear me all right. The music is still pretty loud. Trump spoke for about 40 minutes here, and he had on a lot of familiar topics, including, of course, that signature Making America Great Again line. Thousands of people packed the convention center hall to listen to Trump. Former rival New Jersey Governor Chris Christie introduced him. Then Trump launched into his speech. He said, of course, that line that we've heard before, that we would build a wall on the Mexican border, and said that Mexico would pay for it. He also talked a lot about negotiating new trade deals, and he seemed to tailor his speech to this Kentucky crowd, saying that coal would make a comeback, and he talked about strengthening the military.
The key is Saturday, vote. But here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to reinvigorate our military. We're going to buy the stuff they want, not the stuff that's politically expedient. We're going to take our military, we're going to make it so big, so strong, so powerful that nobody is going to be messing with us, nobody.
And that was our Sean Moody reporting live for us there in Louisville. Trump is the second candidate to visit Kentucky. Ben Carson held a rally in Lexington yesterday, and Marco Rubio will be in Lexington on Friday. Before coming to Kentucky, Trump began his day with a rally in Ohio. The visit comes on the biggest day of the 2016 primary season. Millions of voters in about a dozen states are choosing who they feel should be their party's nominee on Super Tuesday. Greg Boswell continues our campaign 2016 team coverage with a look at this crucial day in the race for president.
Donald Trump stepped off his private plane and singled out his closest Republican rivals at a rally in Ohio Tuesday.
I deal with Rubio. I deal with Cruz. These guys don't know anything. They have no clue what's going on.
Of the dozen states on the Super Tuesday map, polls show Trump is leading in all but one.
Donald Trump will be an embarrassment to America, will be an embarrassment to anyone who supported him.
There are 595 delegates up for grabs on the Republican side. That's about half the number needed to win the nomination.
There are 859 Democratic delegates at stake in 11 states, but Clinton has a commanding lead in 6 southern states.
I need your help with the caucus tonight.
That's why the former First Lady and Secretary of State is in Minnesota, a state Sanders has visited frequently and is hoping to win. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
So what's next after Super Tuesday? On Saturday, Kentucky, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, and Nebraska hold either caucuses or primaries. For Republicans, Kentucky and Louisiana hold the biggest stakes with 46 delegates each. Kentucky isn't a winner-take-all state, though. Our Republican delegates will be divided among the candidates who score at least 5% of the vote Saturday.
Lexington's old courthouse was the topic of discussion at this afternoon's city council meeting. The council is deciding what to do with the building, which is in need of a lot of restoration. Our Kristen Kennedy is live now in Lexington to show us the plans. Kristen?
Sam, those council members talked this afternoon about what it's going to take to restore and maintain that old courthouse. We talked with a lot of people who would really like to see the courthouse reopened. City leaders locked up the old courthouse in 2012 because of hazardous lead levels. Tuesday, council members looked at a new plan to get funding for the old building.
The tax investors want to know that this project is going to sustain itself. That is very important. So yes, there will be assurance of that. Now, on the flip side to that, you go down a road and spend money before you know that.
Project team leaders want $12 million from the city to get exterior construction started soon. They say they'll need $22 million total. A for-profit entity would oversee the courthouse.
I would like to see the courthouse become a museum, as it was before all of this construction has taken place. But I don't want to see anything done until the money's in the bank. If the money is not there, there's nothing you can do.
People living and working downtown are anxious to see restoration take place.
Anything that brings foot traffic over to this block helps us out. The hotel's open. I think that's made a difference. And when that gets open and people start visiting over there, it'll bring even more traffic to us.
Some council members did express concern when it comes to costs and also making sure that there are tenants who want to go into that old courthouse. Project leaders say it's just too soon to tell, but they are confident that there will be individuals and tenants willing to move in. Live in Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Kristen, thank you. And project leaders are aiming for a late finish next year to their restoration project. They say Thursday Night Live and the farmers market will be held while construction happens at the old courthouse. Well, the Wildcats are back on the road tonight. They face Florida, both teams really needing a victory.
WKYT's Rob Raleigh you in our Big Blue coverage. Hi, Rob.
Hello, and the Wildcats go into Florida tonight against a hungry Gator team that has lost 3 in a row to South Carolina, Vanderbilt, and LSU. And of course, the Cats will be trying to avoid their second straight loss and stay on top in the SEC race with Texas A&M. The Aggies are a big favorite tonight over Auburn, and they own the tiebreaker with only 2 games left. John Calipari's big men have been a mystery this season, but Cal said Monday they can all do it.
Every one of them. Marcus Lee, Alex, Derek has proven it when he was healthy. Isaac can do it. Scout can do it. They can all do it. You just, you know, where do I insert myself? How do I make myself available? Where, you know, some of it's just you got to work harder. That one's I don't want to hear that one. What else can I do?
All right, tip-off at 7 o'clock on ESPN. After tonight, just one regular season game left. That is Saturday against LSU in Rupp. Much more coming up in sports. What happened to the Cats defense Saturday down in Nashville? Cal takes pride in having a defensive team. Sam will have that, Amber, coming up in the next half hour.
And we will see you then, Rob. Thank you. The Cats have played 10 true road games this season. They've lost 7 of them. A teenager accused of shooting 2 classmates at school appeared in court this morning. Police arrested James Austin Hancock after yesterday's shooting at Madison Junior Senior High School north of Cincinnati. He's charged with 2 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of felony assault, inducing panic, and making terrorist threats. His lawyer denied the charges for him. Both of the students shot and 2 students injured by shrapnel are expected to recover. A bill to better protect Kentucky student athletes from concussions is moving forward. The bill amends a current law requiring student athletes to leave a game and undergo a medical evaluation if a head injury is suspected. The bill allows officials to keep a player out if they think the evaluation wasn't performed. The Kentucky High School Athletics Association opposes it, saying it's too burdensome for officials and would deter people from being referees. Spring forest fire season began in Kentucky 2 weeks ago.
And officials say that so far it's been quiet. But as WKYT's Mike Linden shows us, firefighters are ready in case that changes. The story is new at 5.
Even though it's still officially the winter, it's been forest fire season in Kentucky since February 15th. Daniel Boone National Forest leaders say it's been a quiet season so far.
It's wet. So we have not had many fires on the forest. We did have a small fire reported this morning, and I think they already put it out.
With another 2 months to go in the season, Bonacorso says fire risk can change quickly.
Once the rains stop, within a few days, especially when you have high winds, the forest fuels can dry out very quickly.
Much like police officers, Daniel Boone National Forest firefighters can be called out to a fire at any time, and it takes some hard work to prepare.
Before a firefighter even goes out to battle a wildfire, they have to pass an annual physical fitness test. Wearing about 45 pounds worth of gear, they have to travel 3 miles in 45 minutes.
National Forest leaders say even with the threat of lightning, it's the high winds and dry air that cause the biggest headaches in the bluegrass.
Unlike the western states, they do have a lot of wildfires that are caused by lightning, but that is a rare occurrence in this part of the country.
The spring fire season in Kentucky runs through April 30th. In Winchester, Mike Linden, WKYT.
And arson accounts for 70% of all wildfires in Kentucky.
It is time now for better living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Researchers have found a link between the Zika virus and Guillain-Barré syndrome. The disorder causes the body's immune system to attack part of the nervous system. The risk of a Zika-infected individual developing Guillain-Barré syndrome is still less than 1 case per 1,000 infections. Researchers say healthcare workers need to be alert to a rise in the syndrome in parts of the world where Zika is actively spreading. Eating disorders can strike men and women of any age, even children. You should watch for any sudden changes in diet, such as becoming a vegetarian or cutting out all fats. If you notice signs of an eating disorder, getting your child evaluated as soon as possible can lead to the best outcome.
Anorexia nervosa has the highest mortality rate of any mental health illness because it has such mind and body challenges. We want to recognize it early and help every kid get up to that top third of recovery.
Children need more protein and fat in their diets than adults, so mimicking the diets of adults can set children up for nutritional problems. Tooth decay is one of the most common chronic diseases among American children. Mary Maloney shows us how parents can help keep their children's teeth healthy.
Going to the dentist isn't always a pleasant experience, especially if you're a kid. And while regular checkups are vital, proper daily care is just as important. Oral health experts at the University of Alabama say parents should create a foundation for their kids, and it starts with a balanced diet. cut back on sugary drinks. Consuming too many beverages with added sugar can lead to tooth decay. And high-calorie drinks should be limited to 1 or 2 times a day. More balanced meals. Kids should have 3 square meals that include fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairy. Make sweets a treat. Parents should limit their children to 1 or 2 desserts or candies. Parents should also brush their kids' teeth, or until they're old enough to brush on their own, for 2 minutes twice a day. Experts say focus on where the teeth and gums meet. And don't forget to floss. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.